How the narcissist continues to evolve. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So, evolution, you're a part of it, so am I. The narcissist is as well. You see, you and I are writing or rewriting the history books. You and I are getting clear in our minds. We are understanding and identifying, recognizing, and knowing our truth. That's something the narcissist never wanted us to figure out. The narcissist wanted us to believe in their false narrative, to stay stuck and trapped and manipulated and brainwashed, and they wanted to control us. And the truth of the matter is the narcissists, plural, controlled this planet called Earth for a long period of time. That period of time is about to come to an end. Yes, it is. Now, that ending may not happen in a flash, because it most likely won't. And it's not going to happen overnight. It won't. It's going to happen over time. Remember, the narcissist moves slowly. They move methodically. They move mechanically. And they are always evolving and growing. Go back in time when you would watch movies. Thriller, action, suspense, drama, horror. Whatever kind of movie you were watching way back when. Those movies were movies. But remember, a lot of things you saw in movies in the past, they came to fruition. I will give you a prime example. A long time ago, there was a TV show called Star Trek. And on that TV show called Star Trek, which was turned into movies, they had things called communicators. A little handheld device. And then Captain Kirk or somebody would say, "Beam me up, Scotty." And also you would have audio or video calls on that little handheld device. It was called a communicator. What do you think the phone is you're watching this video on right now? It's a communicator. Just has a different word. We call it a phone, smartphone, whatever you want to call it. The narcissist calls it supply. But this is how these movies, or sometimes the books that we read or watched, sometimes these things come to fruition in the future. And I just barely gave you one example, but that example, it should really resonate with you. Again, if you're old enough to remember those TV shows when you didn't even know what a communicator, how that is possible, well, now we have AI. And now we know what narcissism is. And now we understand that the narcissist is always looking for an upgrade. They're always looking to evolve. Now, what the narcissist has been doing long before the cell phone, the internet, and the smartphone, what they were doing is they were running around on the same script. And as different advances took place on this planet called Earth, example, a horse and buggy is turned into a car, or instead of using a car, you can now take an airplane to fly across the country, whatever. As those advances took place, and I'm not referencing exclusively travel or communication, it's the same thing with jobs and with hobbies and everything, and your health and the clothes you wear and all that. But as those things advanced, what happened? Well, the narcissist figured out, oh my gosh, I can now fly to 3 different time zones away and get a different source of supply, and no one will know anything. And I can disrupt that person or those people's energy. See, that's how the narcissist was evolving. They were capitalizing on modern technology. They were capitalizing on what breaking technology was. So now let's go to present day. AI is here, whether you know it or not, it's here. And you better embrace it, because if not, I'm sorry to say it, but you will be left behind. AI is rapidly changing the planet, it's changing the world. And I will connect AI with the narcissist right now. What is the narcissist? Yeah, you could say they are a form of AI. Technically, they are. Do they have the same skin cells that you have and the same organs and breathe the same air? Yes, they do. But do they have a heart like you and I do? Absolutely not. What they want to do is rip hearts out of people's bodies, stomp on them, extinguish them, squish them, squash them so they're not beating. Then they want to go wash, rinse, repeat, rinse, wash, repeat with other victims, other people, other targets, etc. Well, now that you know what narcissism is, you realize that you need to stay away from these people as fast and as far as you can. You also know you should be going no contact and blocking that person or those people. Now you're understanding also they are getting upgrades just like you are. The script that the narcissist is a part of, that loop that continues to go round and around and around, that's being upgraded or updated. And I'll give you a prime example of how it's happening in a moment. Every single day. Think about it. What is life to the narcissist? Life is nothing but looking for the next new shiny object. It's looking for the next way to manipulate somebody. It's looking for the latest technology to utilize. It's looking to have an unfair advantage. It's looking to guilt people who have empathy and love within them. It's looking to blame anybody who will give them the time of day. And the narcissist knows exactly, and I mean exactly, what they're doing. So whereas I shared with you AIs here, I gave you the example of Star Trek with the smartphone / communicator. Now you realize we're at least 1/3 the way through this year, 2026, and you are changing. You see, in the last 5 minutes and 20 seconds, you've already acquired wisdom. You've already understood what I've been talking about, or if you didn't, you will play the video a few more times. Anyway, you look at it, you're different. You've grown, you're elevating, you're ascending, you're changing. What is the narcissist doing? They're not elevating or ascending or changing. What they're doing is getting upgraded from down below, from the low vibrational quagmire state, from the depths of you-know-where, from all of the darkness, the pitch blackness where they exist. They're getting upgrades. All of these toxic people are all connected through that loop. They're all connected through the same mannerisms. They all do the exact same things. They all have the same anxiety-riddled mind. They all have the same fears. They all gaslight. They all stonewall. They all give the silent treatment. They all steal people's money. They all break people's hearts. They all leave people on unread or unread, whatever that expression is. They ghost people. They financially abuse people. They drag out everything through the legal system. They drag out the divorce, the custody, and on and on. This is what these people have been doing. Now remember, as we are upgrading, meaning you and I learning, our version of upgrades are learning, becoming awakened and aware, educated and empowered, and we are combating the narcissistic abusive cycle. And how we're doing that is by one word: boundaries. We didn't have boundaries before. And I'll give you an example of a boundary right now. The example is when you see toxicity, whether it is orally spoken to, written with words, or maybe it is observed through your eyes, you need to get away from it. It's never ever going to improve at the hands of the narcissist. What the narcissist does, they don't just do one-off things. Example, they had a meltdown every 20 years. It was once, or every 14 or 16 years, like the cicadas pop up out of the woods and then make all those sounds and they disappear for their 10, 20, 30 years, whatever it is. No, the narcissist does this every single chance they get, because the narcissist needs attention. They need eyes on them. They need to destroy people's mindsets, steal people's hopes, dreams, aspirations, and they want to destroy as many people as they can. Now you may say that's a little rough. What's with the word destroy and why? They're not that bad. Yes, they are. They're worse than you think they are. Why do you think you keep coming back to get wisdom? Why do you think I keep making videos? It's because you eventually will get the message. You'll get the information, and things will click with you. They'll click. And when they click, that's when you will finally go no contact, or that's when you will put up a boundary, or that's when you'll stop peeking at their social media, or driving by their house, or hearing their name from people that know they shouldn't be using their name, but they're not supporting you, so they continue to bring up the narcissist's name. Any way you look at it, you need to remove this person from your life. If not now, when? What are you waiting for? You need to get out of the airspace, the oxygen space, and the energy space of the narcissist, and leave them in the past, and you need to heal and heal properly. So fast forwarding right now, think about your cell phone. You're probably watching this video on your phone. If not, maybe a tablet, possibly a laptop, maybe even a desktop. I can't tell you. Maybe you're in a university and this video is being played right now in a university, and I hope it is. And also, maybe I'll be lecturing at that university in the very near future. Having said all of these things, think about what your smartphone is. Your smartphone gets updates. So no matter what kind of phone you have an update. I'll use an Apple example, which will be a little easier. Apple has iOS, and you get iOS updates every couple of weeks, maybe months or so, and says you should upgrade this. It's the same thing with your T's and C's with your bank account. It's the same things with the T's and C's with Amazon or Netflix or whatever. They're always upgrading. They're always updating. Now, having said that, the companies, like your smartphone, they do that to give you security. The narcissist, I'm going back to them, the narcissist upgrades or updates because they need to fine-tune their skill set of manipulation. They need to find easier ways to access targets. They need to find easier ways to creep or slither into people's lives. They need to find easier ways with less effort on their own behalf to have that person fall in love with them or fall for them or do things with them, enter a business, whatever it was. The narcissist is lazy. They're a coward. They're hollow, they're shallow, there's no substance to them. The only thing that's within them is that script that keeps going around and around and around, and they are all connected by that script. When I say they all, yeah, I'm referring to all the toxic people. all the darkness, all the dark energy, and the narcissist. They're all connected. And if you think that they're not connected, think about it. When you see two toxic people together, whether they were friends, married, maybe they're in the same workplace, or maybe they own the same company, or they're in the same Pilates class or hot yoga, whatever it is, their energy is completely different than everybody else's. And if you can now read energy, and you can, and I certainly can, do you think the narcissist can read energy? Of course they could. They could read energy long before you could. Now you're understanding how this works. Everything to the narcissist is a zero-sum game. They believe they must win at all costs, and they don't care who they have to hurt to win. They don't care what they have to say to collect all of your money. They don't care who they have to lie to or throw under the bus to get whatever they want, or to make sure you don't have it. Any way you look at it, the narcissist is a self-serving person, and they care about only themselves. And as they're getting upgrades and updates from the underworld, and you may think that, wow, that's a little spiritual, a little deep. Well, it's real. Think about it. Think about all the commonalities and all the toxic people you've known. They all do the same things. They all aren't developed mentally. They all have weaknesses. They all have the loudest voice. They all are negative and toxic, and they all try to dump it in to somebody who is similar to you, the white sheep or the black sheep. The beautiful, bright, shining light is what I call you, and that's what I am. And for a long period of time, most of our lives, if you will, we tolerated that. We turned a blind eye. We thought everyone thought like us, and we thought that other people were just joking, or they're having a bad day, week, month, year, decade, life, or it wasn't such a big thing, or I could handle it. That's another big thing that's coming up recently in one-on-one sessions that I provide with people, and I've been doing so for quite a long time. If you too are interested in a one-on-one session with me directly, I would drop an email at narcdailyvideos@gmail.com. That's narcdailyvideos@gmail.com. But the theme that's coming up a lot recently in these sessions that I provide with an awful lot of people is that the narcissists, they are continuing to fall apart at the seams more and more and more. And they are wearing the mask less and less and less. And this is at any age, their 20s, 30s, 40s, 60s or higher. Because this whole world that we are living on right now, yes, Earth, it is going through a massive change, a massive shift, an energetic change, an energetic shift. And the narcissists who used to rule the world, because they did, just like I shared with you about 11 minutes ago, they're losing power. Now you may think they're gaining power, they're not. They're losing power. Stay with the video, stay with the path, and continue to focus on yourself and what you can't control. You will find out that what I'm speaking of is true, because the narcissist cannot go where they used to go. They cannot manipulate who they used to manipulate. They are being discovered more and more. They're being revealed more and more. They're being exposed more and more. And they have less and less places to hide, and they know this, which is why the narcissist is very grateful that they have numbers in the underworld, meaning that they can still stay part of that loop that is spinning around in their mind. I am important. I am important. People love me. People need me. They worship me. I am number one. It is team me. I am the greatest. When they're doing things like that, and they all do the same things, they're all connected. And that what they used to be able to do is maintain their strength. They can't do that the way they used to, because people like you and I are now awakened and aware, educated and empowered. And yes, I know I said that twice. We, the beautiful, bright, shining lights, are beginning to take over the planet. Again, you may not see it. I see it every single day. And I'll tell you, I didn't see this 5 years ago when I started creating videos, because it was pitch black, not only for me, but for the world. But now things are opening up. And yeah, there is a lot of static and things happening right now. I understand the whole thing. What I'm talking about is you in your life. You need to focus on yourself, control what you can control. You need to remember you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And whereas your smartphone gets that update, whatever it is, the Android or the Apple phone or whatever kind of phone you have, it needs an update for security. And so you get the latest technology, etc. Well, the narcissist has been getting those updates and upgrades way before the smartphone was invented. I hope this is all clicking with you, because it's real. You were never supposed to figure this out, nor was I. I did. Now you did. We need to do our part. We need to understand that there's no room in our lives for toxicity, and that the narcissist is still sharpening their knives of abuse. They're still sharpening their weapons of manipulation and their tactics of isolation. This is what the narcissist is doing. So we are in a battle. Yes, I said it. We're in a battle of the truth, the light, the power, the abundance, and the beautiful, bright, shining lights. That is us, with the darkness, with the lunacy, with the pitch blackness, with all the gaslighting, with the stonewalling, with the silent treatment, with this being dragged out. All of the negativity, evil, if you will, the darkness, it is losing. It has never, ever been like this before in the history of the planet. You see, the planet's been getting darker and darker and darker, in case you didn't notice that, until recently. When I say recently, I don't mean a day or two ago. I'm referring to roughly 5-6 years ago. Yeah, you should look at the time frame in the calendar. You will see how things line up. The light is beginning to shine everywhere. I am the light. You are the light. So whereas the narcissist continues to get upgrades and they continue to learn new tricks and tactics and techniques and manipulating, they only have so much they can use, because we, the abundant people, we, the beautiful, bright, shining lights, are growing in numbers, growing in strength, growing in mindset, and we too are getting different kinds of upgrades that will completely, and I mean completely, obliterate the narcissist in time. Now you may think, whoa, you're saying that we're going to actually win? Yeah, I am saying that. Not only am I saying it, I know it. You need to know it too. So stop fanning the flames of negativity. Stop fanning the flames of the smear campaign. Stop picking up the phone when the narcissist texts you or calls you. Block them. Get them out of your life. Remove them. No one's going to do it for you. You will have to do it. And when you do it, yeah, it's going to sting for a little while. Then you'll get accustomed to it and you'll realize you're so much lighter. You can see much clearer. You're getting better sleep. Your health is returning. Your looks are returning. Your money's returning. Everything returns. And it will return. It doesn't happen overnight, but it will return. So you need to understand, we are now in a race. The beautiful, bright, shining lights, you and myself, we are in a race to stay away from toxicity and to avoid it like the plague. And they are now trying their best, the narcissists, the toxic people. They're trying to look for people like you and I, but we do exist, but we now have boundaries. They can't get to us. We've gone no contact. We blocked them, deleted them. When we do that, it doesn't just remove the narcissist you are considering. It removes virtually every connection with the underworld, the toxic, narcissistic energy sources down below your shoe, because they can't get to you. This is why they could control you in the past, because you would be defending, explaining, oversharing. You would be getting emotional, and they were controlling you. When you harness it all, you pull it in, and you realize, yeah, you now know something that very few people ever know. And it is a superpower, and it is a superpower on steroids, and that you have to really do your part to help yourself out and those loved and trusted ones out around you. And you need to continue to stay strong, because the narcissist is still, and they always will be, fine-tuning and sharpening their knives of abuse. The thing is, they can't do anything to you once you've healed. They can't. You may think they still can't. They can't. Once you've healed, you're at the mountaintop of indifference. And what used to disrupt your energy or disturb you, it doesn't even get to you any longer, because you're not spending time with those parasites. They're not in your circle of energy. They're gone. You're on that mountaintop with myself and with all of the millions, and I mean hundreds of millions of people who have healed themselves. And that's where we belong, away from toxicity. But in the back of our mind, we must recognize we must continue to work on ourselves, and we must understand that while we're working on ourselves and we're getting stronger and healing and moving forward, the narcissist is still in the background, lurking around, trying to figure out how to attack other people or how to recycle people, etc. Those people can't be you. They can't be you. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. Couple things. Number one, the narcissist is always trying to fine-tune their skill set. Number two, the narcissist is a mimicker. Number three, yes, they are AI. Number four, there's no substance to these people. They just steal ideas, hopes, dreams, aspirations, goals, and everything else. Number four, their time is coming to a close. Their time is numbered. I'm talking about the narcissist. They do know this. What I'm going to tell you, they do know. Whether the narcissist you're considering is in their 20s, all the way up to over 100 years old, they know, A, the clock is ticking. B, Father Time is not going to do them any favors. C, where they're going is not where they're going to want to be going. And D, above all, they know that the whole planet's changed. They used to have free pickings of supply sources whenever they wanted to 6 years ago. Yes, this exact date, March 14th, 2020. This is around, you know what time of year? What time of the You know, what happened 6 years ago is what I'm trying to share with you. Back then, the narcissist had full run of the whole planet. They don't any longer. They don't. You need to believe in yourself, and you need to understand that the narcissist days are numbered. I love you all. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.